I ensured that I solved enough mocks. This time I gave around 40 full-length tests apart from sectional and analyzed them very well. Last time this was missing. I based my whole preparation of mains on PYQs. 9-10 hours are not required for this preparation, and it is equally important to be mentally fit if you want to do good in this examination. For optional, 100% of my preparation was based upon PYQs.
Hello, Sanskriti. First of all, congratulations. All India rank
Thank you so much.
165. And I believe was your second attempt, right?
Yes, thank you so
Okay.
much.
So, before we jump in, just quick, like from where did you do your schooling? As I see, you are from Indirapuram. So, Delhi NCR, I believe you've born and brought up. So, your schooling, education.
So I was born in Meerut,
Okay.
but I did all of my schooling from Delhi or Delhi NCR.
Mm-hmm.
I completed my schooling from Indrapuram. After that, I did economics honors from Delhi University, Indraprastha College for Women.
Right.
And
Very
immediately after that, I started preparing for civil services.
right. And you gave your first attempt, I think so 2023 you graduated, and 24 and 25 were the two attempts you gave. Uh,
Yes.
Interestingly, economic honors and economics as your optional. And how, it was it a very natural choice for you? Did you enjoy this subject? This is something you felt that this is your strength?
So I had science stream in 11th and 12th
Okay.
alongside economics. So I developed interest in economics in 11th and 12th only.
Hmm.
So instead of going for engineering, I decided to pursue economics honors. So after graduation, it was a very natural choice for me. I did not even think of taking any other subject as option.
Right. I remember having discussion with you earlier, specifically on the DAF query and the DAF discussion phase, about very interesting thing, and I just wanted to bring that anecdote that your interest was very unique, and that was a lot of we discussed on that particular a lot. That is para sports you followed, and you genuinely did, and you've been following para sports for a while. Now, can you tell me, this is something we deliberated on a lot. In your interview, did board pay a heed on that and were questions asked on that?
Interestingly, there was not a single question on this.
Anything on from your hobby? Because I think so French language is another one which you
There were
had.
questions from France. One member asked all the questions based on France only.
Okay, France.
Chairman started with a question on quotes, collecting quotes
Motivational
for
quotes, right.
an entry. He related my optional to quotes. Sanjay Verma sir, I had Sanjay
Right.
Verma sir's board. So he asked me, tell me one economic concept which could be motivating. This was
Right.
it.
Right. So, first attempt you gave in 2024. Can you tell me, where did you struggle there, particularly at the first attempt?
I think during my first attempt, I was not good at strategizing things. I was studying, but uh, a planned schedule was not there. Although I missed my prelims cutoff by 2 or 3 number, but I was not at all prepared for mains.
Okay. So,
Yes.
first of all, 2-3 marks cut off you missed. Now, first step is 2025. How did you ensure that this time you're not going to miss out on prelims? Means at least clear that with a comfortable margin. How did you
After
approach that?
missing prelims, I did not focus much on it. I prepared for mains for 6-7 months wholeheartedly, and then I devoted full 5 months to prelims. I ensured that I solved enough mocks. And last time I could not give a lot of mocks, but this time I gave around 40 full-length tests apart from sectional
Okay.
and analyzed them very well. Last time this was missing.
So, how does analysis? Because this is one thing a lot of students I also know give a lot of mock, but do not focus enough on analysis part. How analysis helps you to consolidate for your prelims?
First of all, you can create your own notes bank after reading the solutions of the prelims test. And after that, you could keep revising them 4 5 times so that you know where you have a tendency to go wrong. It gives you view that where is your tendency to go wrong and in which direction you could work and in which areas, even which subjects you have to work.
Right. So, one of the things which I see is that the prelims which we discussed, that you overcame, you gave so many mocks, 40 full length plus sectional. Now, interestingly, you said that I focused on mains because even if I would have cleared the first time, I may not have done well. So one of the common things which has come across is mains ready? Being mains ready is important before giving prelims.
I think being 100% means ready is difficult for first or second attempters. I was also not fully ready before this prelims, but I think completing optional fully and also 2 3 GS papers, you should be 70 to 80% ready for means to get a good rank. I believe.
Okay. So before I jump on to other parts, I want to know that how did your dream of becoming a civil servant start?
So, first of all, I did not have much plans regarding this. In second year of college, I joined Nishtha Society. It's a society, civil services society of Hansraj College in University of Delhi. From there, I got the inspiration to prepare for civil services, and I got to know that I would have interest in this area.
Okay. So I'm coming back to mains now. You worked a lot 5 6 months, and having scoring 165 rank shows that you must have scored well in your mains, and that too in your second attempt. Now, what were the best practices you followed or the areas you focused upon, particularly for mains preparation, which you feel gave you an edge sitting for your mains examination?
First of all, I based my whole preparation of mains on PYQs. I think PYQs are a key and also the syllabus. For optional, 100% of my preparation was based upon PYQs. For GS, I focused more on value addition, writing things which other people do not tend to write. I did not follow a particular coaching's compilation or anything. I
So,
searched for every value addition from internet or chat GPT.
so when you say value addition, what do you mean?
It would be different for different
Yeah,
subjects.
so let's
For
assume it
example,
is GS3 economics. That is, in any case, I understand you're optional. So, okay. But let's say something like polity. How would a validation be?
it could, in polity, it could be case laws. It could be unique diagrams in which you could explain complex concepts easily. Apart from there could be committees. This would
Right.
be
And how in ethics
value
and
addition.
essay was this validation helpful?
Not much value addition in essay. I used to find interesting anecdotes from internet and from news
You
articles.
motivational quotes in any case you like collecting, so
Yes.
that is there.
I also use a lot of quotes in my exam and
Mhm.
both the essays. And in ethics, I made a whole list of different diagrams which I could use with respect to different keywords. I also made a list of examples, interesting and unique examples, which other people would not write. I made a separate list so that before going into the exam hall, I could just revise those 2 3 pages and use
Right,
each of them
right.
somewhere.
Were you sure, like when you wrote the mains exams, that you would be getting interview call this time around?
So no, I was not sure. I had my doubts because I think I could have done well. I could have done more better.
Okay. So now, once you cleared, how did you approach interview preparation? Because 275 marks, 20, 30 marks here and there can make huge difference. We are yet to know the scores, of course, in due course. Once the scores will be, we'll also be sharing that. But how did you approach interview? Now you get time also. What was the date of your interview? If I remember correctly,
My
first
interview
day,
was on
first day,
first slot.
first lot.
Yes, sir.
First day, first.
So,
Was it helpful for you, or do you think it was a challenge for you?
looking at it now, I think it was very helpful. Those 4 days after the schedule came, I was very stressed, but I think it worked well in on my side. In those 4 days, I tried to focus on my DAF, did not focus much on my option. I was reading newspapers after the mains examination,
Mhm.
so that helped me to prepare economics because economics is a big part of our editorials and newspaper other articles. So
So the
yes.
interview was primarily based on economics only, or
Mm.
so
I
where
think
did the
my
board went
interview
into?
was very unconventional.
Mhm.
There was no question on economics. There were
Okay.
very interesting other questions. Not much on economics, mostly situational and
I
general
think so.
awareness
Also, given the
based.
fact that you were the first person in first board, you know, first day itself, board would also have, just break something you are expecting. They wanted to just see that how one is reacting to the unexpected. Great. So now in your journey, how have you kept yourself motivated? Because you've been preparing for 23 and you gave your interview in 25 December. And over 2.5 years of journey would have been just preparation for civil services. How you've kept yourself motivated?
Of course, self motivation is required, but apart from studies, I used to follow and watch all these sports. I used to watch cricket matches, almost all of them I followed. I have interest in sports, that's why. And other than that, I used to talk to some friends in a while. And apart from
Right.
that, I think it was self motivation
Yeah,
only.
so very important thing that people say that you have to go into shell, avoid everything. I believe keeping yourself in touch with your interest is also very important. As you said, you kept, you watched cricket and you watched sports which you enjoy. What would you say if anyone who is currently, let's say, in college or just out of college now looking at UPSC preparation, giving this year, next year? How they can keep themselves motivated looking at sometimes the stress which society puts on you and just the sheer competition.
I think people who are not preparing with job, we can easily find time for our hobbies and interests. I think on normal days, more than 9-10 hours are not required for this preparation, and it is equally important to be mentally fit for if you want to do good in this examination. So continue pursuing your hobbies and interests. Talk to people who are close to you, and yes, that will also help you towards in your studies. You will see the outcomes there also.
So Sanskriti, how did you get to know about UPSC prep?
I think I one day I just landed upon one video of Abhijit sir. From there I joined the Telegram channel, and from there on I have been watching almost all the YouTube videos of UPSCprep.com.
When you say all the videos, mean the strategy videos, content
Right.
videos, and any particular video of Abhijit sir which has been helpful you can remember?
Majorly, I've been following all these strategies videos, and one video which I can remember which helped me a lot was the essay preparation video of Abhijit sir, where he taught how to break essay topics into various dimensions and how can we open different dimensions so that we can add unique layers to our essay.
How
So
did it help you in your essay? Did it help you in what way did it help you?
I I use the same approach as he said that we can focus on each of the word of the topic of the essay,
Mm.
and upon that word we can think about different the importance of that particular thing in different aspects of life in different subjects. So that helped me open various dimensions in my essay.
Yeah, okay. So you said that you were also part of, you joined the Telegram channel, and on Telegram channel you would have seen there is a daily initiative of daily current affairs which is posted.
Right.
Have you
So
seen that document? Did you follow it, or how did you like it?
I did not follow that document, but I have seen it a few times. I think the news, the daily compilations are very well compiled because I was more comfortable in following an yearly compilation.
Mhm.
That's why I did not follow it on a daily basis.
Right, right. So now, coming to one of the course which we ran was a free course, mains Excel course, more on strategy part of approaching mains. So how, I think so you also were part of it. Did you take advantage of it in any form?
I guess there were PDFs provided of
Yes,
all the
through
GS,
content.
and they were very crisp and short. So I took inspiration from those content and made my own notes based upon it.
Right. So finally, within matter of I think so 15 to 20 days, be it your DAF submission, be it your DAF discussion, or be it your online mock that was happened. So at each stage, we had that interaction also. So how was that interaction from DAF query discussions before filling the form, post filling the form on discussing about DAF, and then eventually the mock you gave with us?
The interview program I think was very well planned. I remember having three meetings with you, and also Shashank sir and Ketan sir also helped a lot.
Hmm.
So from filling all the entries of hobbies section and then discussing upon all the entries as to which questions could be expected. I think it was a very comprehensive support, and also the idea of conducting an online mock interview before the offline one
Hmm.
was also very thoughtful. Although I
Hmm.
could not give the offline
Hmm.
interview because of say of time,
Right.
but I think the whole course was very well planned.
How was the interaction like with Shashank sir and Ketan sir respectively?
Both of them helped me a lot. Shashank sir helped me decide my service preferences, particularly, and Ketan sir helped me go into the details of my def on what questions could be asked. I think one question in interview was also repeated.
Can you tell me the question? What question was repeated?
It was regarding cricket. That why did I left cricket, and uh, if I would have pursued cricket, what else I could have done better.
Right, 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 right. What has been the role of family and friends in your success?
So I think they have a huge role. Apart from studies, I did not have to do anything else. Everything was provided. I just had to focus on my studies. So my parents, my sister, my brother, and friends have a huge role.
Right. And anyone in your family who's been civil servant that you've looked up to, or you are the first one in your
First,
family?
right,
And must
first.
the feeling must be very different and exciting for everyone around you,
Everyone is very happy. They're exciting, getting calls all day long. I'm happy seeing them happy.
right? So now you'll soon be joining training. Of course, there's a little wait. Uh, and can you tell me, like, how do you see now yourself preparing for it, this wait? And then, of course, your target is IES, but what means as an IPS also, or be it because both are all India service. Of course, the nature of work differs, but given that all India service, uh, uh, profiles are there, IPS and IAS. How do you see yourself as an officer working on ground? What are your priorities when you think yourself, either in uniform or maybe as an administrator, future?
I think serving the most downtrodden section of the society would be the primary aim of my career or my life. And apart from, I would focus on giving justice, doing justice, so that there is capability development, as Amartya Sen work said, so that the people who do not have much money or means to get success in life also get the opportunity to do it in life.
Right. Immediately after your graduation, you started preparing, and you might not have got enough time from for recreation or inculcating new hobbies. Now you might get some time that you might want to pursue something new. Are you looking forward to anything new?
I would love to learn driving and swimming, which has been on my list for a long time now. I haven't been able to do it.
Right. And Sanskriti, usually what we do is, as a goodwill gesture, we send out a copy of a good book, which firstly based on your area of interest, maybe a genre of interest. If not, then I can recommend a book because I love reading, and I maybe it's a start of something. You know, I feel just to knowing your country, because now you will be right there in the field. And is there any particular genre you would like to read or you like reading?
I haven't been much into books, but I would really like to explore history books, Indian history books.
Okay. Because history is something which I teach, modern Indian history.
Yes,
And if you see the books also behind me, mostly history only, because that is something which fascinates me. So, one book I would recommend in history, and that is a beautiful book because it's a book, The Anarchy by William Dalrymple. Have you read that?
yeah, I've heard of it. I've heard of
Okay,
it.
okay. So, beautiful book. I've read it two times over. So the East India Company, how they it was formed to how they came, how they became lucky in many places, but and then corporate violence and the pillage of empire, basically from 1600 to around 1801 too. Very interesting, beautifully written, and one of the best books to begin history also, because it's very easy, and it you would feel as if you're there's a storyline going on. You'll not be overwhelmed with the facts outrightly. So what we'll do is we'll send this copy to you, maybe just to kickstart that interest in history as well, right?
I would love to read it.
Right. It's
Yeah,
been very nice talking to you, Sanskriti.
thank you.
Uh, Wishing you loads of success in future. And I'm
Thank
sure, given that how you've been very disciplined, irrespective of service you get already, I'm sure IPS is there, but I know the capability you have to improve on it. Irrespective of the service, you'll do really well and serve the nation, and make your family, yourself proud. Our wishes are with you, and all the very best to you, Sanskriti.
thank you so much. Means a lot. Thank you so much.